On the first RDL, it probably won't be too low. On the second RDL, it might be a bit lower. On the third one, it's going to be lower again. Really focus on that upper back position, looking straight ahead. Nice. So you want to imagine Owen has a rugby ball in his hand and he is sprinting at you when you're doing your RDLs. You're going to be in a strong position, shoulders pulled back. 2 sets of this.
Every time you clean.
With 3 sets every time, but they have to go to front rack club.
Everyone's going to front rack club.
Everyone's going to front rack club. So no rebending underneath, just dip, drive, press all the way through. Nice.
How much is front rack club?
Front rack club?
Yeah.
Free entry.
Free entry?
Yeah. Pay on exit. Perfect. So guys, what I'll get you to do, we'll need 4 barbells over there. So we need 4 barbells and we need 4 timber sticks. So what we'll say is, guys, if the 4 of you bring your barbells, and guys, if the 4 or 5 of you bring your timber sticks, and we'll bring them over to the squat racks here. So this is obviously for front rack club, but this goes for squatting as well. When I'm setting up a bar for the squat rack, mostly we set up a barbell too high. And when we set up a bar too high, it's difficult to get a very tight rack position, whether it's on the back or on the front rack. It also just makes it a bit harder when I'm throwing a barbell back in after I've done my squats. So, does this look about right for me? Deeper. So when I drape my arm over, if my shoulder comes up, the barbell is too high. So what I really want is I want the barbell to kind of nestle into my armpit. I obviously don't want it too low, but usually by the time I drape my arm over the barbell like this, my armpit's touching the bar and I'm pretty good to go. The other kind of litmus test you can do is most of our J-hooks will have one of these on the front. They'll have a plate at the front of it. What I want to do is if I crush the mic, as I stand here and put the barbell back in, it's pretty easy for me to make contact on those. If I find I really have to squat to throw the barbell back in, I've probably put it a bit too low. Okay, perfect. Who's volunteering for front rack club? You're all going to have to do it. You were first. Can I rob this stick? Perfect. Okay, this is going to be 5 minutes of discomfort. It's okay. We're all friends here. We're keeping an eye on each other. Nobody's going to get hurt, but it will be uncomfortable. If it's not uncomfortable, we're probably not doing a great job. So I'm going to show you how to do this, and then we'll manipulate you when you're in this position. So what I'm going to take is a grip of the barbell that's wider than shoulder width apart. For me, this is pretty good, right? Bit wider, be even better. My shoulder's going to fall off. This will do for today. The important thing here is my elbows stay inside the width of my shoulders. So I like the knurling on the barbell. The knurling on the bar stops my elbows moving out. So I get my elbows set here. I'm going to set my feet behind the bar. Then I'm going to bend at the hip and push my chest down towards the floor. I'll get you in for this.
You can do this by yourself?
Yeah.
If you're warming up alone, obviously, you can do this by yourself.
Okay.
It does help.
Perfect. So, bit of a bend in your knee. Push your hips back towards the wall behind. And then you're going to try and get your chest to touch the floor. So, hips back. Back. You feeling a stretch? Starting to. Perfect. And then when you see his elbows are wanting to come out. So when you're doing this with a partner, get your elbows in again. So stand up, move your elbows in. Yeah. Now hips back again. Good. Okay. Walk your hips back even more. Good. Okay. There's 2 points of focus here. The first thing is his rib cage will want to flare up like this. So you're going to pull your ribs down, tighten your abs up. And then what he wants to do is bring that bar down onto his back like this. You'll feel a strong stretch in your triceps, strong stretch in your lats. And his aim here is to be getting his torso as close to horizontal as possible or even below. He'll keep walking his hips back. He'll keep pushing down. And this position should be held for around 60 seconds.
So we can manipulate our thoracic as well?
Yeah, that's good. Keep pushing down.
We can move to a more rounded position and then to more extended. So we extend really hard and we can go to a rounded position.
Nice. And when we're doing stretches or when we're really trying to target our mobility work, there's certain things we'll do. This is a quite aggressive static stretch. You're really pushing those positions hard. The first thing you do would be some of the stuff Owen did with you this morning, that myofascial release work, that muscle work, foam rollers, kettlebells, the cross balls.
Okay, so next we're going to move to some of the upper body. I'm going to get your kettlebell. I want you to drape your arm over it. Now you probably won't need to do too much to find the spot, but you're going to find somewhere, I assume. Get a spot? Okay. Yeah, try it. So anywhere from the armpit down, the back of the shoulder is fine. Any of that fleshy spot, all the way down, even a little bit into our ribs. When you find the spot, I just want you to breathe for a few seconds. Everyone has a spot? Yeah. Everyone? Yeah.
What should I looking for?
You'll know it straight away.
Like a knot in your muscle on your lat. Everyone find a spot?
Okay, now I want you to take your arm and start trying to move in a little bit of a circle, so keep your arm straight. Small circles or big circles, whatever's available to you. And we're going to do about 10 of those, okay? So keep breathing, so we're just moving that arm in a waving motion on the same spot. So do slot thing again, move that arm. Keep breathing as well. When we find a spot, we want to make sure we kind of breathe. We don't want to be in a place where we're really caught up. We want to be relaxing a little bit with that breath. It'll help loosen that up. So now that same shoulder, I want you to rotate a little bit more towards your back. We're looking for somewhere in the shoulder blade area. There for a second. So we're going to be somewhere around here, maybe a little bit on there, maybe a little bit higher along this region. Okay, it's a little more difficult with the kettlebell, but just go a little bit slowly. We're looking for a spot in there. So you might need to rotate your stomach to the ceiling. A little bit harder, but you'll know it when you find this. We're going to go for that arm straight. Now this time we're going to try to go overhead of that arm if possible. Try to keep that arm straight. Go. Straight. Good stuff. So we think when we're weightlifting, and we think about what we're trying to do, and we saw, for example, the weightlifter snatching 181 kilos, and you think, if I can not really move my arm straight under this much pressure, how smoothly can I move when I'm trying to smash big weights in a jerk? We need this to be supple, really smooth. We need this whole musculature to get out of the way and get into positions really fast. Now we still need mobility and strength, of course, but think about this, but even for your own training, if you're doing some CrossFit or we're doing something else, if we're restricted when we're doing those movements, a lot of them are not going to do them as fast, or as fluidly, or as repeatable. So we're going to move to the wrists, or forearms specifically. We're going to lean out, we're going to put our arm here, and we're going to look for a spot, and then we're going to make a fist. We're going to go up and down on that spot, okay? So everything in the wrists are sore. So we'll be on here. We're just going to start with this side first, okay? We're going to maneuver ourselves until you find the spot. Probably, so brachioradialis up here, while it's involved in elbow extension. But usually the distal joint takes more of the load when we have an issue. So if our forearm is tight, the arm that's further away from the body will take more pain. So usually if our wrist is sore, there's something probably upstream causing an issue. Could be shoulder, could be elbow. So find the spot. You might need to weight yourself with it, and then you're going to flex and extend your wrist. Like, so it moves to our back and chest a little bit, so often very restricted, especially if you work with the chest. So we're just going to drape ourselves over, we're going to look for the corner. So we're going to start in near the shoulder. And at the start with the kettlebell, we're just going to use our body weight, and then we can reach our arm out. We can bring our arm down by our side. We can bring our arm up here. We're just going to chill for a second. So look for that spot. Don't want it to be too nervy. Don't have it on your nipple. Just nice and finding that corner. Use the corner of the kettlebell, use your body weight, so push yourself over it. Then gently, if you feel like it's not too sore, move kind of up and down along the line of the kettlebell, or left or right, depending on what feels like getting that area most. We could kind of move into our armpit, a little bit up near the shoulder, probably pecs. Maneuver ourselves, getting closer to the collarbone. Find that spot. So if you find one and it's too soaked to move, just stay there. Keep breathing, just relaxing into that spot. You got a slot?
Yeah.
Door. If you feel like you can't move a little bit, so just palpate a smaller bit. So you just move your torso left or right or up and down, depending on what feels comfortable on that spot. And then after a few reps, just relax again. Try and release it out and breathe into it.
Just all a big pain tolerance test.
So wade into that floor, trying to find the spot. If you really want to torture yourself, you can put your hand behind your back, hand facing up. It really expose it. Oh yeah, that's up. If you really want to torture yourself, you can go from the waving motion into the hand behind your back, and then back out again.
The last thing we'll do then is an isometric hold. So I want you to grab this with a supinated grip. Once again, hands wider than elbows, and you're going to hang down in that bottom position. So do you want to hop in there? Nice. Okay. So hang down the bottom, leave your heels out in front. Yeah, they can be on the ground. Okay, walk them further forward. Nice. Okay, so try and relax in and hang into this position. Now, what we're looking for here is we want these same things. So don't allow your rib cage to flare up. Tuck your ribs down. Nice. Bring your chin forward and head down. Nice. And we want to get those lats as much as possible. So if you come up onto one of these, get into that higher position. So you can leave go there and come up here, and you can hang on this. And now in this position, you want abs pulled down. You want to be in this rounded forward position. And this is going to lengthen out those lats like we're trying to do with that. So this is a nice one, just an isometric hold. 20, 30 seconds here is enough. He'll just hang in this position. If he wants to make it even more, he can bring his knees up into his chest and get that even more rounded position. Great. Does anyone have any questions on those?